Hello everyone, it's Figure Friday. So here we are today. We have the Cobra Crimson Vipers. So we do have two of them. I have one still in the box so that way you can see kind of how he sits. And then we have one of them out. So I will grab this box here. We do have some good box art here. And I'm not going to say that we don't, but the complaint has always been with the figure in the box, we don't really get to see the figure itself. So I did notice, and I picked up a figure yesterday because I happened to find it at one of my local Walmarts here. Actually, I had to go into a bigger city instead of the one that I'm in because I had to look for something else. And I happened to find it there because I can't get J. Joe figures here in my own little hometown Walmart. But anyways, the last time we got Vipers, it was a 3-pack. This time, they're single packs, and we only have the two weapons here. We do have a scarf. I do not remember having a scarf on the last one. Now, I could be wrong on that. I did not grab the last ones because I don't know exactly where I put them because, like I said, I don't have a lot of room here. So, unfortunately, sometimes I'm putting the stuff in the boxes, and I'm still dealing with other things in my personal life, so sometimes I kind of hide things on myself, which I don't intend to, but I always do. So, I'm not going to say the box art is bad or anything. It's just it is kind of nice to see a figure there. So as far as that goes, it would be kind of nice to see the figure. Now it is kind of nice that they did put them on a G.I. Joe base here because we got a Sky Striker in the back. Looks like two Sky Strikers taken off, and of course some sort of bunker here. So he's infiltrating G.I. Joe. One of the G.I. Joe bases, if not the G.I. Joe base. So, and then when we look at the figure is, as usual, he's in here. He's got a couple of these plastic ties here that hold him in. It's just the 4 of them. It's not a big deal. Works pretty good. It's not very evasive. And then we have our standard box here. And this is what we have when we open the box and open the bag. So, we'll start off with the backpack. Looks like he's got some sort of grenade, smoke grenade, something like that. He's got some rope, some nice pockets here. In some regards, I don't know how they could ever do it, but it would be nice if we could actually put stuff inside the bag somehow. That would be really cool, but we can't, so it is a nice prop piece. We do have some goggles to go over his helmet. We'll try and get those on. And then if you want to distinguish one from another, because like I have the 2 of them, we'll try and put the handkerchief on. And of course, he's got a nice sidearm. Looks like it's got a flashlight underneath here. So possibly even a laser sight as well underneath. So kind of nice and bulky here. I'm going to guess that this is like a trigger for an on-off switch for our flashlight / laser, whatever it would be. And we had the same gun on the last set when we had the trio. So there was, I think, 3 of these, and then there was 2 other types of guns or whatever. So this is, for lack of a better way to say it, this would be a Mars Tech battle rifle. Magazine does not come out. We do have a foregrip. We have our standard rear grip here with a trigger guard and all that. Actually, not much of a trigger guard. It's just kind of open here, so you're just going to have to watch where you place this thing in the woods. And of course, we have our stock. Looks like there's some sort of scope. Now, whether it's an electronic scope or something, or however they want to work it, that's fine. Just being somewhat obvious. I don't know how well you're going to look out of the helmet and through a scope here. Of course, I don't have any real experience on that, so I really can't say. And to me, this almost looks like there's a charging handle, kind of like what we have on the M16 A2. So to try and keep everything so that way that bolt goes forward. If we get too much dirt and gunk in there, we want to make sure that bolt goes forward so we have a charging handle to kind of push it forward. So if that's the case, and this is a little bit more of a rifle that would need a little extra cleaning. Now, if we take this in the cartoon sense, this would be more of a battery pack, and it's just a holdover or something from however it's designed or whatever. I'm just kind of playing both angles here. Most of the time when we look at it, we want to see the ammo in there and say, yeah, we're shooting rounds. But you know, if we are looking at it as the cartoon where they're shooting actual bullets, or if they're shooting, like I was trying to say in the cartoon, shooting the lasers or whatever, I've always kind of joked and thought it would be funny to have a sci-fi show where they're shooting and you have like AA's or AAA batteries kind of coming out. The rifle is a little rubbery, not very much. It is pretty resilient. I mean, I can kind of bend it here. It is a little warped in the back, so but it feels pretty robust. Like I said, it's a little, but not that bad. It is fairly robust. So, all right. Well, let's look at our trooper here. Of course, we'll start off with the ankles, and we have that nice classic design that they've been keeping for a while. So we can move the ankle back and forth. Okay, and because we have a high boot, we can actually have a pivot here. So if you want his feet to stick out like this, we could do that down there, or we could have it over here. We have his knee pads, and he's got the double knee joints, so we can kind of pop that on the bottom side as well as on the top, so we can flex a little bit better. Try and get them into vehicles a little bit more. Seeing that we're getting more vehicles, that's wonderful. They've got the four-wheeler. You know, my mind is failing. It's not easy when I get in front of a microphone. Sometimes, you know, my mind just kind of goes blank. Stage fright, I think. But yeah, we got the ferret. We've got the vamp. We have Cobra Stinger coming out. We have already had two different versions of the Trouble Bubble. HasLab's got the tank, his tank out. Looks like they're working on the Dragonfly, and I've heard rumors that they might be trying to go towards a Cobra Rattler, which would be wonderful. We'll have to wait and see. You know, rumors are rumors. I mean, I wouldn't trust rumors because they always seem to lead you wrong. Okay, so we do have a torso twist here, as well as our regular hip joints. We have a nice set of gear here on the belt, so we have pouches going evenly displaced here. I don't know what he's putting in the pouches. We do have a holster here on his leg, which fits the sidearm very nicely. And of course, he does have some pockets here, so they have a lot of pockets on there. And he's got this nice chunky vest here, and he's got some pockets. Trying to figure some of this out. This holds that down. Okay, maybe it's my eyes because I know I'm kind of blind. Not really, but you know, I'm trying to figure out if the pockets are going this way or if they're going up. So I'm kind of goofing things up here. And he's got something tied off here, so I don't know what that's supposed to be. If that's supposed to be like an extra magazine in a way, I don't know. He's got this nice Cobra symbol there, and it looks like some smoke grenades, or maybe it's Mars Tech fragmentation grenades. Kind of covers all around, so he has a nice flak vest here, and it's even got shoulder pads. And of course we have the helmet here, and that's got some, it's like a nice motorcycle style protective helmet. He's got some gauntlets on his arm, and he's got a watch here, so that's kind of neat. You really can't, because of this, he can't move his wrist back. He can go in a little bit. It's not the easiest. Of course, these are brand new, so we expect some of that. And of course, this one's not going to because he's got the watch. So it does limit his mobility here. I mean, we do have that joint right here, so he can do that there. But on this side, because of the watch being where it is, I don't see the joint there to be able to do it, and I think the watch is in the way. So that was something I don't know if I really noticed on the other ones. If we ever come back to the other ones, we'll definitely try and take a look at that. And of course, he's got the double elbow, 1 and 2, so he can kind of reach something up here instead of being the straight arm where that's as far as it goes. And we have the rotation right there on the upper bicep. Now, one of the things I notice is he can't get his arm down too far. He's got to do the tough man walk. So unfortunately, with the vest and the way everything is set here, he can't get his arm all the way down to his side. So I'm trying to get him to stand up. But yeah, I mean, he looks a little off in that regard. It looks like his arm is down more here than what I'm able to really get it. It just doesn't. No, I guess I am getting it. All right. It's just really stiff. All right. Well, I guess I am kind of getting it. It is real stiff, and I'm always afraid I'm going to break the arm or something. And he does have that double ball joint in there. Although with the armor here, it does limit his movement, though. I mean, he can move it a little bit here, but it's not a lot because of the armor. So, all right, well, we're going to take the head off of him, and we'll see exactly how much I destroy things. We're going to put that on, so that way we have a little designation of who is who, because we have 2 of them. Okay. So, neckerchief guy and non-neckerchief guy. And then, again, you could, if you wanted, you could have one guy that he doesn't even have the goggles on his helmet, which, you know, the goggles are kind of neat. I'm not going to say they're not, but I'm also going to say this, and you know, correct me where I'm wrong. If you have a helmet that covers your entire face, do you really need the goggles? I know it's how we originally had them drawn, but that is a good question. All right. One of the things that you will find is missing here is normally on a lot of the backpacks they have like the little studs so that way we can put the rifles here. He does not have that. So as far as that goes, that's definitely not something we're going to be doing here. And I'm trying to figure out how I'm getting my thumb in there. Again, it's one of those things, I just always worry that I'm going to break things. Of course, this is mine, so if I break it, I'm not messing it up on somebody else, which is kind of where I come from. I'm always nervous. I don't want to break things on people, and because I deal with that stuff all the time. All right, give him a little bit of wide leg stance, if I can only speak this morning. All right, so there we are. He looks pretty nice. The fact that we have some bats. I do have a Cobra Trooper. I only got one. I figured that'll be our officer, so if I want the guys to go up against some Crimson soldiers, I figured this would work. If I have 2 of these, 1 officer, or maybe 2 bats, that would kind of work for a little force. You know, and the thought is as you see where I'm coming up with the G.I. Joe in the D6, to be able to put that in there, and I could throw these guys out here. I've got the pool table, so I can have them on one side. The guys can have their figures on the other side. They can just pick whoever they want to represent them, and then we go from there. And having some vehicles, which we've done some of the vehicles, I can throw things in there for prop pieces. As you can see back here, we got a little Lego wall for some background. Honestly, if I'm going to do any major landscape or whatever, I think what I'm going to do is I'll print off pictures on my computer, because that would be a nice easy way to just kind of come up with a background and take some of my Amazon boxes or whatever, and I will probably come up with rooms that way. As I've stated before, these panels are 5 bricks tall, so this is some 20 bricks tall just to try and get them to fit in here where it looks like it's a decent sized room. So doing Lego for the 6-inch figure line, whether it's Star Wars or G.I. Joe or Marvel or whatever you're doing, I don't think that's going to be a very practical way of doing it. I think cardboard boxes are going to work. If you're making tables, that might work very well. I do have some extra pieces for trying to do. I have some bigger tires, so there's thoughts of maybe trying to make a Jeep or something like that. We'll see, but just a practicality, you're going to go through a lot of Legos trying to come up with this. Seeing I've got a pool table and I haven't had the guys over in a little while, and I've got Lego pieces all over the place, I'm using this to my advantage for now, but we'll figure out how things go in the future. Because at some point the guys are going to come over and I have to get this all cleared off so we can play our games. But it's a nice addition to our collection here. Like I said, I've got 2 of them, so that way when we get around to doing G.I. Joe as a role-playing game, and I'm going to use my D6 Star Wars for this. I really like that system. It's very adaptable to so many different things, and that's why I'm presenting to you pretty much on a daily basis here the things that I've created, and we'll go from there. Beyond that, it's just nice being able to see some of these figures again. I've had a bunch of them and I've sold them, and then here I am collecting them all again because it pulls on the heartstrings of being a kid again. So I'm never going to be that young again, but to be able to sit here and hopefully at some point we'll get them all lined up on the shelf and maybe make it look like they're all going for an inspection or whatever, that would be wonderful. If I can do it correctly, this is years down the road because I got some bunnies which I am not trying to get out of here anytime soon, but I have their little habitat area that's going to get converted, and I still have a mess for a rummage sale area that I keep hoping I can get dwindled down. That's between me and the wife, and I'm not trying to be a pain in the rear on that one. So sometimes it just takes time to get to there. So I'll get there someday, but along the line, I'll take you guys with me on the journey. So with that, have a wonderful day. We'll see you in the next video.